students, today we are going to discuss on the new topic control and coordination in plants. Yes students, in previous lectures you were study about the control and coordination in animals, the kinds of glands and the types of hormones which are secreted for the control and coordination, as well as the types of human nervous system. Now students, here we are going to discuss the control and coordination in plants. Students, like to the animals, plants has also sensitive to our environment. Yes students, plants are also sensitive to our environment. They also has ability to give response against the kind of stimuli. Such kind of responses can be given by the plants by the secretion of the phytohormones, or you can say that the plant hormones. Yes students, phytohormones are plant hormones. Let us going to discuss about the types of hormones and what kind of effects the hormones causes in the plants, and what kind of role they can be performed for the growth and development of the various part of the plant body. Now students, the plant hormones are called phytohormones. What? Phytohormones. On the basis of primary function, the phytohormones or plant hormones can be classified on two categories. The first one is growth inducing hormone. Growth inducing hormones, or you can say that growth regulators are growth regulators, because they increases the growth and development level in the plants. And the second one is growth inhibitor. Growth inhibitors. As its name clear that this hormone inhibits the growth and developmental process in plants. Now students, there are mainly three types of growth inducing or growth regulator hormones. What are growth inducing or growth regulator hormones? These are the kind of hormones which are responsible for the increasing the level of growth and development in plants. Yes students, they are responsible for the growth and development of various parts of the plant body, like leaves, root, shoot, stems, flowers, fruits, etc. Likewise, the growth inhibitors has ability to stop or delays the kinds of growth and developmental process in plants. Students, if we are going to discuss the kind of growth inducing hormones, then there are three types. What are these? Look at the three. The first one is auxin. What is students? Auxin. The second one is gibberellin. The second one is gibberellin, and the third one is cytokinin. Cytokinin. Students, at first I am going to tell you that when and how and by whom these plant hormones were discovered. Students, the auxin was first discovered by the botanist whose name is Venn in 1928, and Kurosawa was the botanist who discovered the gibberellin in 1926. Likewise, the cytokinin was first reported by the Miller in 1926, and he called it, he discovered it, or he obtained it into the yeast DNA, and he called it kinesis or kinetin was the name given by the Miller. After him, Skoog in 1928 discovered the cytokinin naturally and obtained into the coconut, and he called it the catin. Now the third biologist was the Latham obtained in males in 1956, and he called it Giatin. Now further Skoog gave the term the cytokinin. The term cytokinin was coined by Skoog. Now students, we are also going to discuss about the discoverer of the growth inhibitor hormones. Yes students, there are two hormones that inhibits the various level of the growth in plants. The first one is the abscisic acid. Abscisic acid, in abbreviation form, it is also called ABA. What? ABA, abscisic acid. And the second one is the ethylene. Yes students, C2H4, it is a hydrocarbon of alkene group, and this is the only hormone, or you can say that phytohormone, that can exist in gaseous state. Yes students, this is very most important, that the ethylene is a plant hormone that can exist in gaseous state. The abscisic acid or ABA was first reported by the Burge in 1926, but further Korn and Endicott Corm and Endicott explain the physiological activities in plants by them. The Corm and Endicott explain the physiological effect of these hormones on plants. And ethylene was first reported by Dmitry and Neljubov. Dmitry and Neljubov. Dmitry and Neljubov first demonstrate and explain the physiological action of the ethylene hormone, but also state about such kind of presence of such kind of hormones that can exist in gaseous state. But Neljubov explained the ethylene hormone that it can exist or it is found in the gaseous state in the plants, and this hormone play an important role in the ripening of fruit. That's why this hormone is called, it means ethylene is called the fruit ripening hormone. Now students, I am going to discuss about the physiological activities of each and every hormone. Physiological effect. First of all, I am going to discuss about the auxin. Auxin is the plant hormone that is secreted on the axis of root and shoot, and they are responsible for the cell elongation of the root and shoot, and they profusely secreted on their tips. They are responsible for the cell elongation, and they are also responsible for the kinds of geotropism as well as phototropism movement in plants. It means the geotropism is the activity that means the development of the root system of the plant. Yes students, the positively geotropism means the development of the root system of the plant is known as positively geotropism. Whereas phototropism means the development of aerial part of the plant that is concerned with the environmental condition. The second action that is performed by the auxin, it promotes the flowering in plants, it promotes the femaleness in plants. If the auxin is applied, or you can say that is sprinkling on the tip of the flower, or you can say that the stigma of a female part of the flower, then the fruit bears no seeds. Yes student, the fruit bear no seeds. It means it is used for obtaining the seedless fruits. As you all of you notice are examining in the papaya. Nowadays in our markets there is seedless papayas are imported, or you can say that are selling. This could be due to the sprinkling of auxin hormone. Now students, the second type of hormone is gibberellin, which was discovered by the Kurosawa in 1926. What kind of physiological effect it causes in plants? It is responsible for the growth of plants in height. Yes students, it mainly responsible for the growth of plants in height, and they are also secreted in the branches as well as the new branches and their tips. This hormones also increases the number of flowering in plants. It breaks the dormancy in seeds. It means the inactive seeds become active when the gibberellin hormone is applied on them. The seeds become active and can germinate naturally naturally. It also responsible for the delay in senseness. It means the ageness. It delays the ageness in plants. It delays the ageness in plants. It means the plants bears fruits for long ages. For long ages. Now students, cytokine. The term cytokinin means cyte means cell and kinin. Kinin is the term that means the division. That's why the cytokinin hormone is concerned with the cell division process. Yes, students, it is concerned with the cell division process because it promotes the cell division in the plants. And they are not only responsible for the cell division, but it has further physiological effects such as it causes the abscission in the leaves, the increase in number of buds, seeds in fruits, as well as it causes delay in senseness. Yes, students, it causes delay in senseness. It means the plants can expand a long duration of life. And the kinds of phototropism kind of movements is also controlled and coordinated by the cytokinin hormone. Thus, students, this is the description and physiological effects of the growth inducing or growth regulator hormones. Now we are going to discuss about the plants growth inhibitor hormones. Students, there are two types of growth inhibitor hormones. The first one is abscisic acid. In abbreviation, it is said to be ABA, abscisic acid. It was firstly reported by Burge in 1926 and naturally obtained by the Corn and Endicott. Corn and Endicott were the biologists who naturally obtained the abscisic acid and explain about the physiological effect. What kind of physiological effect they cause in plants? Let's see now. The abscisic acid promotes the abscission in leaves of the plants. Yes, student. Abscission means the falling of leaves. It means the leaves get fall unnatural way. They are also responsible for the falling of leaves, buds, as well as fruits. Without being mature, the fruits get detached from the main plant body. They also causes the dormancy in seeds. It means the seeds become unviable, or you can say that they cannot germinate with their full responses. They also delays in the ripening of fruits. Yes, students, if the abscisic acid can be sprinkled on the fruits, then it delays its ripening, and it also causes the dwarfism in plants. It means the plants cannot be grow in height. Likewise, it causes less number of flowering plants and many more opposite impact on the plants. Now students, the another one is ethylene hormone. This is a hydrocarbon of alkene group. Its chemical, or you can say that molecular formula, can be given as C2H4. Yes students, C2H4. Thus it is a kind of plant hormone that can be only exist in gaseous state. It was first discussed by the Burge in 1926, but its physiological effects was given by Dmitry and Zubov. They explain that this hormone induces the growth in stem, inducing growth of stem, the thickening in stems, inducing thickening of stem, as well as induces seedling, as well as induces seedling. This three responses of the ethylene hormone is also called triple response. Yes, students, this is also called triple response by the Demetrius and Duval. And what are these? These induces the growth of the stem, these induces the thickening of the stem, and these induces the seedling in the fruits. Thus, this is the triple response. Now students, the another physiological effects of the ethylene hormone are it is responsible for the ripening of fruits. Yes students, it is responsible for the ripening of fruits in natural way. That's why this is called the fruit ripening hormone. The ethylene is known as fruit ripening hormone. Another function, they induces are delaying the promotion of the number of flowering plants, but in mango and other bromeliads, they enhances, or you can say that they are responsible for inducing the flowering in plants. Except mango and bromeliads, they are the inhibitor of the flowering, but in mango and bromeliads, they are responsible. Bromeliads are a monocot flowering plants. They are known for their ornamental beauty, and in mango and bromeliads, it promotes or it induces the flowering. Thus, students, this chapter will be ended, and some types of movements in plants are also given in your syllabus. About such type of movements we can discuss in the next video lecture. Thanks students for joining today's lecture.